We all know that life can be so busy, and sometimes there's only time to cook with one pot. Here to give us some ideas about how to do that is registered dietitian from A Little Nutrition, Susan Watson. It is always so amazing to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me today.
So what are some of the benefits of cooking with one pot or sheet?
Well, what I love about it is that it is literally one pan at the end of the day to clean up, right? Whereas if you're doing everything separately, you might have a pot, a frying pan, and some other baking dishes.
Yes.
You can just put everything on one sheet, put it in the oven, and the oven does all the work.
Love it. Okay, so what are some things that we should be keeping in mind when we're doing this?
Well, with sheet pan dinners, everything is going onto the one pan, so you want to make sure that the pan is actually helping you out. So this is a rimmed baking sheet that's heavy bottomed. I've used different ones where they're just flat without the rim, and what happens then is some of the juices will spill over and then you're making more work for yourself, so that's not great. And I've also used thinner pans, and sometimes things cook too fast then and burn, so making sure that you have a good quality pan. And I like to put parchment paper in it so that when you're done cooking everything and you're done eating, you can just lift it up and toss it in the garbage, and again, really easy cleanup.
Okay, what are some of the other options that you have here in terms of meal preparation and how we can aim to do that?
Yeah, so depending on the recipe that you have, what you can do is you can prep everything up, your vegetables, your meat, put it into containers the night before, even a couple days before, and have it planned out throughout the week. When you get home from work, put it on the sheet, put it in the oven, and dinner's pretty much ready to go.
And then sometimes just cooking different things at different times as well can really
Yes.
cut down on that process.
Yes, yeah. So when you're taking a look at making sheet pan dinners, you want to make sure that you're pairing your proteins with the same time cooking as your vegetables. So an example would be, say, fish and beans. Those would pair very well together because they're going to cook about 15 minutes at the same temperature.
All right.
But if you put, say, fish maybe with potatoes, your fish would be done way too early, and then you would have dried out fish and your potatoes would still be raw. So making sure that you pair those together as well. And what I like to think about is taking a look at the time and the temperature versus the items that you're cooking.
Okay, and then what can we also keep in mind with some different lunch ideas like wraps and some of the other vegetables you have here on display?
Yeah, so this right here is sheet pan fajitas. You can make them for supper, or you can use the leftovers and make them for lunch. This is one of my quick and easy dinner ideas during the weekday. And basically you cut up your chicken, you season it, chop up your vegetables, whatever spices you want with it, or onions and herbs. And then I put the lime wedges, making sure I cut them a little bit thicker too so they didn't burn. Baked it there, and you can have that for supper. You can turn it into chicken tacos or chicken fajitas, and any leftovers then you can make for lunch as well, and pack that for the workday.
Yeah, I love all the different options that you can make work with something like that in just one pan. Oh,
Yes.
so good.
Yes.
Okay, and then if we want some help with meal prep, because it is hard, a lot of us still struggle with it, so where could we go? How can we get some assistance?
Okay, well, working with a dietitian, that's what we specialize in, is meal planning and helping people get dinner on the table. So working with a dietitian, or going to our website for this recipe, alittle.nutrition.com, and you can read about how you can get it done.
Fabulous. And I know there's also some really great recipe suggestions on there as well. If you don't know where to start, well, that can be a bit of inspiration as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Susan.
welcome.
Always so great to chat with you.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back here on Global News Morning to start off your day. Thanks for watching.
I think she's border collie, right?
Great